For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Welcome back to the GSMC Dead Ball Sports Podcast, hosted by GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Nolan Chamber. First two segments, NFL, talk about the NFL draft, some surprises from the draft, and last segment we talked about the games going on that happened last night, recap those games. This segment, we're talking about the games for tonight, preview these games. After that, we'll talk about Elijah Arenas, what happened with him. So I'll just preview these games. Talk about these games tonight. There's three games: LA Lakers versus Minnesota Timberwolves series, Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors series, and then the Boston Celtics versus the Orlando Magic series. Not Houston Rockets. The Pacers versus Bucks series. Sorry, I got the dates mixed up. Let's talk about the series that it's also probably going to end up 4-0. The Celtics Magic. I really thought the Magic would get at least one or two games on Boston. I really did. I thought their defensive ability is so good. It's so strong that I thought they would 100% be able to, keep a good lead, maybe get a game or two out of Boston. But at the rate of how they're playing, that's unfortunately is not going to happen. Boston is just such a good team. They are so much better than Orlando in every aspect. Their big play, Porzingis, better. Jason Tatum is better than Paolo. Jalen Green is better than Jalen Suggs. Any matchup is going to end well for Boston and not well for Orlando. This is the truth. The Celtics are just a lot better team, and I thought 100% the Magic were going to take a game or two, especially with Jason Tatum being out. He was injured last game, maybe tonight too, but I'm not sure about tonight. But even with him being gone, they still managed to win by 9, which honestly was a lot closer than the first game, but still shows that they can play without Tatum, which, when you're losing your best player on your team and you're still winning games by almost 10 plus, you're fine. It shows that you are fine without him and you can make up. There's always guys next up on the roster who are willing to fill his spot, and Magic just couldn't get it done. Their defensive play is still phenomenal, holding one of the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA to just around 100 points a game is really good. But if their offense, is just a little bit better, they probably could have won last game, but their offensive play is still just not that good. Their defense is still, like I said, their strong suit. It's their strong point. They're a very good team. Defensively, offensively, unfortunately, not so much. And that's just why they will most likely get 4-0 swept in the series, because Boston's offense is so good that their defense, Orlando's defense being as good as it is, still can't stop them. And Boston's defensive play is just, I wouldn't say it's the best, but, it's not the worst. It's very mediocre. I'd say it's good. It's good. But Orlando's offense is just not that good. So that's why they just can't seem to get more than 100. But, the Celtics will win this game and take a series 3-0 and probably end up 4-0ing the series, ending the quick little sweep. Next series I want to talk about, Pacers-Bucks. This series is you see this series and think, this is going to be a really, good series. It's going to be, possibly Game 7 series. The Pacers have said otherwise. The Pacers have decided that they just want to play the best basketball ever, and they want to take the Bucks to 4. They want to sweep the Bucks. And that's what I think is honestly going to happen. They're in Milwaukee now. They've switched locations from Indianapolis, but even with Dame came back, the Pacers are just still such a good basketball team. I really underplayed how good Indiana is. They are a very good team. They are a very, very good basketball team, and I was really underestimating them. I thought Milwaukee had this series in honestly 5 or 6. But honestly, at this point, it looks like Indiana in 7 or Indiana in 4. Honestly, Pascal Siakam's been hooping. You got Andrew Naismith, TJ McCollum, Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, what the hell, Burton? But I mean, just the Pacers are such a good team. I mean, like I said, I really did underestimate how well they were gonna play. I really thought Giannis was gonna have his way with this team the whole time. I mean, he really is. He's honestly is having his way. He's dropping 34, 35, 36 plus point games, like every game, and like doubles, rebounds, and the Bucks just can't seem to win. Giannis is having his way. He is literally dismantling the Pacers defense, but his teammates around him just aren't supporting him in any way, so they're just losing games. And that's why I think that if they get swept 4-0, Giannis hits the market. He wants to leave Milwaukee, and the Nets are really interested in Giannis. So I could totally see Giannis ending up in the Nets uniform next year. And obviously, they're rebuilding too, so that would be interesting to go to a rebuilding team. But if he wants, maybe he likes the culture over there. He also, he's got shops over there. Apparently, he's got a lot of shops in Brooklyn. Like he owns the stores. So that's why he wants to go over there. But I mean, who knows? But honestly, at this point, even though with them going to Milwaukee, this could be like a Pacers 4-1 series win. Just by the way they've been playing. And, Dame's didn't play good his first game. I mean, Chris Middleton, I know they never should have traded Chris Middleton. They never should have traded Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma. That has obviously just not worked out for them. Kyle Kuzma has not done good for them. Chris Middleton would be a huge asset for this team. He's a great defensive player for them. And they traded him away for Kyle Kuzma, who's putting up 10 or less points a game so far in the playoffs, which is obviously totally backfiring on what they had going for him. They thought Kuzma would be a bucket. He'd be helping them play good defense. And he is not only not playing defense, he's not scoring. NFL draft round 2 to 3. Has that started yet? Did it start already? Or is it still at 7 o'clock? Is that live right now? If it's live, I'll follow that one for the next segment instead. It is not started. I will talk about that. I'll talk about that. But yeah, like I said, the Bucks are getting manhandled, and if this happens, Giannis will end up. If they get 4-0 swept, he will end up in Brooklyn next year. And the final series that's happening tonight for the NBA, the third game in the playoffs, the series for today. Is the Lakers Timberwolves. Very good series. I mean, this series obviously it's 1-1. I thought honestly after the first game that Minnesota was gonna beat them. It starts at 7. Okay, sick. Thank you. I'll talk about that after this segment. We'll change topics. We'll talk about who I think is gonna go. But I had honestly Minnesota. I thought by the way they were playing, I thought they were gonna beat the Lakers in 5, maybe 6. But Lakers have came back. They've decided they want to win. They want to play good basketball again. And that's exactly what happened last game. Luka played phenomenal. Austin Reeves played well. LeBron still doing LeBron things, averaging 20. I mean, this is going to be a great series as well. This series has been, Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards has been talking smack. It's just what he does. He talks smack. And towards the end of the playoffs, or when the playoffs started, he found out that, they were playing LeBron and the Lakers. He said he had a quote. I'm not going to quote it because I think I'd probably end up swearing because the quote, there's a cuss word in the quote, and I don't want to get in trouble. But I think he said something like, I'm going to end that old man's career. But there was some other language in there I can't say. And honestly, he can back it up. I really think Anthony Edwards is honestly he's probably the biggest trash talker in the NBA right now. But the thing about him, he can back it up. He is just he's a phenomenal player. He's so athletic. He is one of the most athletic players in the NBA as well. I mean, his jump is so high. His dunks are just phenomenal. He could shoot, play defense. I mean, he's just an overall great player. And plus, they got one of the tallest players in the NBA, Rudy Gobert, on that team as well. Not the greatest offensive player ever, but he gets a lot of rebounds. He doesn't put up a lot of points, but he's getting a lot of rebounds. And when Rudy Gobert is having a good game, he's putting up 15 points and 20 rebounds a game. But that's what happened in the first game. They were manhandling the Lakers in the paint, manhandling Jackson Hayes. He put up 10 points and 16, 17 rebounds. Last game, he was slowed down. He only had like 5 points and like, I think it was like 11 or 10 rebounds, so a lot less than what he's normally, capable of getting. And the Lakers won. Because of that, they won. And that was honestly it. I mean, when you manage to stop Rudy Gobert in the paint, that's gonna help your team a lot. Because a lot of the other players, the Lakers obviously are a great shooting team, so they need their buckets to go in. But you got guys in Minnesota. I mean, you got like Mike Conley. He's a good shooter, but he's not really consistent from three. Julius Randle, I wouldn't really consider him a 3-point shooter. Like, he does shoot, but I would consider him a 3-point shooter. And then Dante DiVincenzo, I mean, he's a sharpshooter, but I feel like he's been kind of inconsistent a little recently, but it's still like phenomenal. So if the Lakers, they can shoot equal to, if not better, obviously that's going to help you win games. But I think the Lakers, I would just have a better overall team. I think, honestly, Luka Doncic is probably one of the best players in the NBA right now. Just from playoff perspective, he's playing phenomenal. He's had like 40 points each game. And he dropped 40 in their loss, but he also dropped like 30 in their win, 35 in their win. Obviously, you got LeBron James. I mean, like I said earlier, he's still doing LeBron James things. He's playing phenomenal basketball. Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, Jackson Hayes. I mean, the whole team has come together and they're playing really good basketball. And JJ Redick has shown to be a great coach for them this entire season. And he's gonna be, it's going to be a great series. JJ Redick is proven, like I said, to be a great coach. And overall, the series, honestly, by the way that's been going, the first game was the blowout. Second game was not a blowout. The Lakers got the close and they win. It could be, 6-7 game series. And honestly, that's how every playoff scenario go. As of right now, I still have Minnesota winning in 6, though. So we'll see if I'm right. Probably won't be right. I hope it goes to 7, but we'll have to wait and see. Come end of the series, I guess. That's all I got for this segment. Next segment, I'm going to talk about Elijah Arenas, but I guess Chase wants to talk about that NFL draft round 2 and 3, so I can touch on that as well before we end it off there. But before we get there, take a little break. We'll get to that as soon as the break's over.